What's up, Raider Nation? This is your name, bringing you another hot update straight from the world of the Las Vegas Raiders. Today, we're diving into the future of our team with none other than Maxx Crosby, the heart and soul of the Raiders, and his discussions with the legendary Tom Brady. Could this be the turning point we've all been waiting for? Stick around until the end to find out why things are about to get exciting for our silver and black. Right now, as you're watching this video, the Raiders are in the middle of a huge offseason. With so much uncertainty about who will lead this team next, every decision matters more than ever. Crosby's role in this process could be the key to the franchise's future success, and that's something you don't want to miss out on. One thing's for sure, Crosby's commitment to this franchise and its future is unwavering. And when you add Tom Brady into the mix, it looks like the team's plans for success are starting to come together. But will it be enough to turn things around? That's what we're here to discuss today. So buckle up, because this journey is going to be one for the history books. Stay tuned for an inside look at Crosby's thoughts, his conversations with Brady, and what it all means for the Raiders' future. Did you know that Maxx Crosby is more determined than ever to take the Raiders to the next level? And with Tom Brady by his side, big changes could be coming sooner than we think. Keep watching to uncover all the juicy details about this power duo. When it comes to the future of the Las Vegas Raiders, nothing is more important than ensuring the players are on the same page with the decisions being made. And with Crosby and Brady both pushing for greatness, we might just be on the verge of a massive shift in the Raiders organization. Crosby has been vocal about his frustrations with the team's performance in recent years. He's made it clear that he wants to stay with the Raiders, but only if they're committed to building a championship-worthy team. This offseason is pivotal in showing whether or not the franchise can step up to the plate. And then there's Tom Brady, who is deeply involved in the decision-making process. With his unmatched experience and leadership, could he be the catalyst the Raiders need to finally achieve sustained success? Only time will tell, but let's break it down. The Raiders are in a critical phase right now. After parting ways with Antonio Pierce, the franchise is on the hunt for a new head coach and general manager. These decisions will shape the team for years to come. And you know Tom Brady will have a significant say in what happens next. But it's not just about hiring a new head coach. The Raiders need someone who understands what it takes to win and who can bring consistency to the team. After years of turnover and instability, it's clear that the franchise needs someone who can build long-term success. Crosby himself has expressed how vital it is to have stability in the coaching staff. With Brady now a minority owner of the team, he's in a prime position to influence these decisions. It's clear that he's not just sitting back, he wants to win, and he wants to help lead the Raiders back to greatness. But will his influence be enough to turn things around? Maxx Crosby has been vocal about his hopes for the future, but with a new coach and GM, will the team's vision align with his ambitions? That's the million-dollar question, and it could determine the direction of the franchise for years to come. Maxx Crosby is the undisputed leader of the Las Vegas Raiders. On and off the field, he has been the face of the franchise, and his commitment to the team has never wavered. But what about his desire to win? Will the franchise's current direction match his hunger for success? Crosby has been through a lot with this team, from coaching changes to a series of disappointing seasons. But through it all, his dedication to the Raiders has remained strong. He's made it clear that he wants to finish his career in Las Vegas, but he's also not afraid to leave if the team isn't headed in the right direction. He's not just a leader in name. Crosby works harder than most players, putting in year-round effort to be the best. His drive to compete at the highest level is something every Raiders fan can respect. This is a player who genuinely wants to be in those meaningful games, the ones with playoff implications. But will the Raiders' future plans align with his vision for success? Crosby has made it clear that he wants to be part of a winning team, and he's not willing to settle for anything less. His commitment to the Raiders is unquestionable, but the franchise's next moves will determine whether he stays happy in Vegas. Recently, Crosby opened up about his relationship with Tom Brady, sharing that he has known Brady for several years and that they've had multiple conversations. Crosby's excited about the future of the Raiders, especially with Brady's involvement. Crosby said, "I believe in Tom, he came to win, and that's what he's done his whole life." For any Raider fan, that should be music to your ears. Having Brady around isn't just about ownership, it's about having someone who's been through the grind and knows what it takes to win championships. The fact that Crosby and Brady share a connection through Michigan only adds fuel to the fire. Both players have that competitive fire in them, and it seems they're aligned in their vision for the team. Crosby's trust in Brady speaks volumes. If both of them are on the same page, it could mean great things for the Raiders moving forward. Brady's leadership could be exactly what Crosby and the rest of the team need to push for a championship run. There's something special about the Michigan connection between Maxx Crosby and Tom Brady. Both came from the same college, And that bond seems to go beyond just football. It's about a shared understanding of what it takes to succeed at the highest level. For Crosby, Brady's influence is invaluable. Not only has Brady experienced success at the highest level in the NFL, but he's also been part of winning organizations. This experience could help shape Crosby's mindset as the team looks to rebuild. But this isn't just about their shared past at Michigan. It's about a deeper connection between two players who are passionate about winning. Crosby has expressed his admiration for Brady's career, and Brady in turn sees the same fire in Crosby that helped him become one of the best defensive ends in the league. This connection could be the foundation for a new era in Raiders football. If Crosby and Brady can work together to build something special, the team could be on the verge of a major turnaround. Time will tell, but Raider Nation has reason to be optimistic. Crosby's work ethic is second to none. "I work year-round," he says. "I don't just turn it up in April. I put in the effort 365 days a year." That commitment to being the best is exactly what the Raiders need if they're going to succeed in the years ahead. Crosby isn't the type to coast through the offseason. He knows that to get to the top, it takes consistent hard work and dedication. That's the mentality of a true leader, and it's why Crosby is so valuable to the Raiders' long-term goals. His goal isn't just to make the playoffs, it's to play in the games that really matter, the ones with championship implications. He wants to be in the mix for titles, and he's putting everything into making that happen. That kind of commitment is contagious, and it could inspire his teammates to step up their game. As Crosby heads into his 7th season, he knows time is running out to achieve his dreams. But with Brady on board and the Raiders looking to make the right moves this offseason, Crosby's drive could be the spark that ignites the team's return to greatness. The Raiders are at a crossroads, and the decisions made this offseason will set the course for the future. Will the team hire the right head coach? Will the general manager bring in the talent needed to make this team a contender? These questions are crucial, and the answers will determine the team's success moving forward. Brady's influence could be key here, as he understands exactly what it takes to build a championship-caliber team. But will the Raiders listen to his advice? Maxx Crosby's future with the team is tied directly to these decisions. He's made it clear that he wants to win, and he wants to be part of a team that's capable of competing for titles. If the Raiders make the right moves, Crosby's dream of playing in meaningful, high-stakes games could become a reality. It's all about the vision for the future. The next head coach and GM need to understand what Crosby brings to the table and build around him. If they can do that, the Raiders might just be back on track to reclaiming their place among the NFL's elite teams. One thing that's been frustrating for Crosby is the constant turnover at head coach. It's hard to build any kind of consistency when the coaching staff is always changing. Crosby has seen enough of that over the years, and he's hoping the Raiders can find stability moving forward. Crosby's frustration is understandable. A lack of consistency at the top has been one of the biggest obstacles for the Raiders in recent seasons. It's hard to develop a cohesive team when every year brings a new coaching philosophy and new systems to learn. But despite this, Crosby's commitment to the Raiders remains strong. He's not ready to jump ship, but he does want to see the team take the right steps to move forward. Stability at the head coach position is essential for success, and Crosby knows that. The firing of Antonio Pierce was another reminder of the challenges the Raiders have faced in finding the right leadership. But Crosby hasn't given up hope. He believes in the Raiders' potential, and he's ready to help lead the team back to the top. When Antonio Pierce was let go, Crosby shared his thoughts, admitting that he believed in Pierce as a coach. However, Crosby's commitment to the Raiders hasn't changed. He still wants to see this team succeed. Crosby wasn't thrilled about the firing, but he understands that business decisions have to be made. What's more important is that the team stays focused on the bigger picture, building a winning franchise. Crosby has always been dedicated to the Raiders, and that hasn't changed. His reaction to the news of Pierce's firing reflects his desire for stability. It's clear that Crosby wants to work with a coach who understands what it takes to win. He wants to be part of a team that's heading in the right direction, and that starts with having the right leadership in place. As the Raiders search for their next head coach, Crosby's commitment to the team will be critical. He's one of the few constants on this roster, and his leadership will be key to getting the team back on track. So, what does the future hold for the Raiders? The team has some important decisions to make, and it's up to the new leadership to guide this franchise back to prominence. The good news is that Crosby and Brady are both fully invested in making it happen. Crosby's dedication to the Raiders is unwavering, and with Brady's experience and leadership, the team could be poised for a big turnaround. But it all starts with the right moves this offseason. The hiring of a new head coach and GM will set the stage for what's to come. Raider Nation has been waiting for a championship team, and Crosby's drive combined with Brady's guidance, could be just what the team needs to finally get there. The future is bright, but the decisions made now will determine how quickly the Raiders can rise again. It's a critical moment for the Raiders, and the entire fan base is ready to rally behind the team. The next chapter is about to unfold, and we're all eager to see what happens. Tom Brady's impact on the Raiders can't be overstated. As a minority owner, he's not just a figurehead. He's actively involved in the decisions that will shape the team's future. His experience and winning mentality could be the difference maker the Raiders need. Brady's leadership in the locker room and on the sidelines is already being felt. He's been there, done that, and he knows what it takes to win championships. Having him in the fold could give Crosby and the rest of the team the boost they need to get to the next level. But Brady's influence goes beyond just football knowledge. His presence alone could inspire the team to work harder, play smarter, and stay focused on the ultimate goal: winning a Super Bowl. Crosby believes in Brady, and that's a huge endorsement for the future of the Raiders. The question now is whether the team can harness Brady's experience and make the necessary moves to surround Crosby with the right talent. If they do, the Raiders could be back in the championship hunt sooner than we think. And now it's time for you, Raider Nation. What do you think about Crosby's commitment to the team? How do you feel about Tom Brady's involvement in the Raiders' future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We're all in this together. This is a crucial moment for the Raiders, and every fan's opinion matters. Do you believe that Crosby and Brady can bring the team back to championship contention, or do you think more changes are needed? Let's get the conversation going. Your thoughts and opinions are always welcome, and I love hearing what you all think about the direction the Raiders are heading in. Whether you're hopeful or cautious, it's clear that everyone wants the same thing: a winning team that can bring a Super Bowl back to Las Vegas. So don't be shy. Drop a comment below and share your excitement, concerns, or predictions for the Raiders' future. We're all part of the same Raider Nation, and it's up to us to support this team every step of the way. Maxx Crosby and Tom Brady are ready to lead the Raiders back to greatness. With Crosby's commitment to excellence and Brady's proven track record, the future is looking bright. The team is on the verge of something big, and we're all going to be part of it. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that Crosby isn't going anywhere. He's all in for the Raiders, and with Brady's help, there's no telling how far this team can go. The Raiders are at a turning point, and it's up to the leadership to take them to the next level. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, let's remember that the journey isn't going to be easy. But with Crosby and Brady at the helm, the Silver and Black have the potential to do something special. And with the support of Raider Nation, anything is possible. Stay excited, stay hopeful, and always keep that Raider pride alive. The future is bright, and the best is yet to come. All right, Raider Nation, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow Raider fans. Let's keep this discussion going in the comments. And remember, together, we're all part of the Raider Nation. See you next time, and as always, go Raiders. What's up, Raider Nation? Are you ready for a story filled with twists and turns that could redefine the future of our defense? Today, we're diving into the journey of Malcolm Koonce, the unexpected bet of the Las Vegas Raiders, who promised to be the perfect complement to Maxx Crosby. But things didn't go as planned. Buckle up, because this story is packed with suspense-worthy moments. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this pivotal moment for the Raiders. Do you believe we can overcome this obstacle? Now let's jump in and uncover every detail of this tale of challenges and resilience. The Raiders' preseason was brimming with expectations. With the defensive core intact and the addition of veteran Christian Wilkins, hopes were high for finally building an unstoppable defense. Former GM Tom Telesco had heavily invested in this defensive unit. However, many eyes were on Malcolm Koonce. He was seen as the key to bringing balance and consistency to the defensive line. After years of waiting for his moment, it seemed his time had finally come. But as always, football has its surprises. Would Koonce be the solution or just another gamble? The atmosphere was full of questions and at the same time, hope. After seasons spent on the bench, Koonce finally shone under the spotlight when Antonio Pierce took charge. Pierce trusted the young talent, giving him more field time and the opportunity to showcase his potential. This trust was rewarded with impressive performances. He proved that his presence on the defense could change the game and bring more security to the team. Fans, initially skeptical, began to believe there was something special about Koonce. However, there was a catch. He needed to prove that his performance wasn't just a flash in the pan. The challenge now was to maintain consistency and show he was ready to be a cornerstone of the defense. For Kunce, this season was about more than just playing well. It was a contract year, meaning every game was an audition for his NFL future. The timing was perfect for him to prove his worth and secure a lucrative new deal. His performance during training was evident to everyone. Not only did he appear in shape, but he was in the best physical condition of his career. Coaches noticed the difference, and so did his teammates. This dedication sparked a wave of confidence around the team. Everyone believed he was the missing piece to complement Maxx Crosby. The stage was set for him to shine. Preseason games confirmed what training sessions had shown. Kunce was a transformed player. His aggressiveness and technique caught the attention of fans and league analysts alike. The combination of Kunce and Crosby promised to be devastating for opposing offensive lines. For the first time in years, the Raiders seemed to have a consistent and dominant pass-rushing duo. Fans were excited and expectations were sky-high. But as we know, football is an unforgiving sport, and the unexpected was about to happen. Just days before the season opener against the Chargers, the worst news came in. Kunce had suffered a severe injury that would sideline him for the entire season. The shock was immediate, and the disappointment palpable. Antonio Pierce admitted the impact of this loss. Beyond the technical setback, the team's morale took a direct hit. It was an emotional blow for everyone in the organization. Without Kunce, the Raiders found themselves once again searching for solutions. The situation demanded a swift response, and time was not on their side. The season opener against the Chargers exposed the gap left by Kunce. The loss revealed a disorganized defense unable to pressure the opposing quarterback. Fans, who had been optimistic, now feared the season could turn into a disaster. It was clear that the team urgently needed reinforcements. Antonio Pierce and the coaching staff had to act quickly, but where could they find a solution in such a short time? The Week 1 loss was a wake-up call. The Chargers offense exploited every weakness in the Raiders' defense, exposing problems that had been masked by Kunce's presence. It was painful for fans to see the team dominated like this. Social media erupted with criticism and demands for immediate changes. However, the season had just begun. There was still time to adjust course, but it would require creative solutions and bold decisions. The answer came quickly with the signing of K'Lavon Chaisson. The former Jaguars player arrived with a questionable reputation, but an opportunity of a lifetime. Chaisson knew this was his chance for redemption. After years of struggling to justify his first-round draft selection, he finally had something to prove and a team willing to give him the opportunity. Fans were skeptical, but also hopeful. Could Chaisson fill the void left by Kunce? Chaisson not only filled the gap, but exceeded expectations. In 15 games, he posted career highs in tackles, passes defended, tackles for loss, and sacks. His 5 sacks for the season reflected his growth as a player. He finally seemed confident and adapted to the NFL's pace. With each game, Chaisson proved he still had much to offer. It was an emotional redemption for a player many had labeled a bust. With Chaisson alongside Crosby, the Raiders' defensive line took on a new identity. Their combination of strength and agility made life difficult for opposing quarterbacks. The impact of this duo was evident not just in the stats, but also in the team's confidence. The defense, once questioned, had become a source of pride. Fans began to believe again. Chaisson and Crosby were proof that the team was on the right track. Now Chaisson faces another important decision in his career. As an unrestricted free agent, he's free to sign with any team. But he and the Raiders have much to gain from a renewal. A short-term contract seems like the ideal option. This gives Chaisson more time to prove his worth while protecting the Raiders from a long-term financial commitment. The next steps are crucial. Chaisson must think strategically to ensure his redemption continues. A 2-year deal would be advantageous for both sides. Chaisson would have stability and the chance to continue growing in an environment that believes in him. For the Raiders, it would be an opportunity to solidify their defense without jeopardizing the team's financial future. A true win-win. This strategy could be the ideal model for similar situations in the league, an example of overcoming challenges with creativity. The story of Kunce and Chaisson is a reminder of how unpredictable football can be. Every loss brings a new opportunity, and resilience is key. For the Raiders, this season was a test of leadership and adaptability. Antonio Pierce and his staff demonstrated that even in adversity, solutions can be found. The future looks promising. With Chaisson, Crosby, and a revitalized defense, the Raiders are ready for new challenges. And you, Raider Nation, do you believe Chaisson deserves another chance with the Raiders? What do you think of his performance this season? Share your opinion in the comments. I want to hear what Raider Nation has to say about this story of redemption and resilience. Join the conversation. You are a vital part of this journey. Did you enjoy this content? Then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every subscription helps strengthen our community and keeps you updated on all things Raiders. Until next time, Raider Nation, and here's to another thrilling season. Together we are stronger.
Hello, Raiders Nation. Big news has hit the NFL world, and it's time to dive deep into the latest updates surrounding the Las Vegas Raiders' search for a new head coach. After Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson officially turned down the opportunity to join the Raiders, the team is now at a pivotal crossroads. The coaching carousel is spinning faster than ever, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's explore every angle of this story and break down the top candidates who could step up to lead the Raiders into a new era. The Ben Johnson saga, a missed opportunity? Ben Johnson's name was a hot topic among Raiders fans and NFL insiders alike. Known for his innovative offensive schemes that brought success to the Detroit Lions, Johnson seemed like a perfect fit for the Raiders. Reports indicated that minority owner Tom Brady had heavily advocated for Johnson, hoping to inject a fresh, dynamic approach into the team. However, Johnson ultimately chose to finalize a head coaching deal with the Chicago Bears. This development has left Raiders fans wondering, what went wrong? Was it the team's current state, the uncertainty around their roster, or simply a better offer from the Bears? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss what this means for the team moving forward. Tom Brady's role in the coaching search. As one of the NFL's most iconic players and now a minority owner of the Raiders, Tom Brady's influence has been evident throughout this process. Brady's connections and insight into what it takes to build a winning culture have been a driving force in identifying coaching candidates. With Johnson out of the picture, how will Brady's involvement shape the next steps? Could his relationships with other top-tier coaches open doors to unexpected opportunities? Pete Carroll, a proven winner with a short-term horizon. One of the most intriguing names linked to the Raiders is Pete Carroll, the former head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Carroll's resume speaks for itself. A Super Bowl champion, multiple playoff appearances, and a reputation for building strong, resilient teams. However, at 73 years old, Carroll would be the oldest head coach in NFL history. This raises questions about whether he's the right choice for a long-term rebuild or a short-term push to establish a winning culture. Despite his age, Carroll's experience and track record of success make him a compelling candidate. He's a master motivator who knows how to get the best out of his players. If paired with a solid general manager and a clear succession plan, Carroll could lay the groundwork for a brighter future in Las Vegas. What do you think, Raiders Nation? Is Carroll worth the gamble? Todd Monken, the offensive genius who could transform the Raiders. Another standout candidate is Todd Monken, the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator. Monken has built one of the league's most dynamic offenses, excelling in both passing and rushing. His ability to adapt to different personnel and maximize their potential has earned him a reputation as a creative play caller and strategist. Monken's history of turning struggling programs into contenders is particularly appealing. At Southern Miss, he took over a winless team and transformed them into a 9-3 powerhouse within 3 years. Could he bring that same magic to the Raiders? Fans are eager to see if Monken's offensive brilliance could be the spark Las Vegas needs to become a playoff contender. Brian Flores, a defensive mind with something to prove. Brian Flores, the Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator, is another name on the Raiders' radar. Flores' time with the Miami Dolphins was marked by both promise and controversy. While he improved the team's defense and led them to back-to-back winning seasons, his tenure ended amid reports of internal conflicts. This season, Flores has rebuilt his reputation by orchestrating a dominant Vikings defense, ranking first in takeaways and fifth in points allowed. His ability to instill discipline and create a strong defensive identity could be exactly what the Raiders need to complement their offensive talent. However, questions remain about whether Flores has learned from his past experiences as a head coach. Could he be the right fit for the Raiders' culture? Liam Cohen, the rising star in the coaching ranks. Among the less experienced but highly promising candidates is Liam Cohen, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive coordinator. A disciple of Sean McVay, Cohen has quickly made a name for himself with his innovative approach to offense. In his first year with the Buccaneers, he turned a struggling rushing attack into a top-5 unit and maintained offensive efficiency despite injuries to key players. Cohen's potential as a future NFL head coach has caught the attention of many teams, and the Raiders could be an ideal landing spot for him to showcase his leadership and vision. Could Cohen's fresh perspective be the key to unlocking the Raiders' potential? The Raiders' path forward. With several strong candidates still in the mix, the Raiders face a critical decision that will shape the team's trajectory for years to come. Whether they opt for a seasoned veteran like Pete Carroll, an offensive innovator like Todd Monken, a disciplined leader like Brian Flores, or a rising star like Liam Cohen, the stakes couldn't be higher. What do you think, Raiders Nation? Who is the best fit to lead the team into a new era? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth Raiders coverage. Together, we're building the ultimate community for Raiders fans. Let's hit that 2K subscriber goal and keep the conversation going. Call to action. So, who should be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders? Pete Carroll, Todd Monken, Brian Flores, or Liam Cohen? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for all the latest Raiders news. With your support, we'll continue bringing you the most engaging and informative coverage on the team we all love. Let's go, Raiders Nation.
Hello, Raiders Nation. Today, we dive into a question that could shape the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. Are the Raiders the best fit for Ben Johnson? The buzz is real. The Detroit Lions offensive coordinator is a hot commodity, and the silver and black are reportedly pulling out all the stops to bring him aboard. But is this partnership destined for success, or are there challenges lurking beneath the surface? Let's break it all down together, piece by piece. Don't forget, we're on a mission to hit 2,000 subscribers, and your support makes all the difference. If you're as passionate about Raiders news as we are, smash that subscribe button, leave a like, and let's grow this community together. Stick around for all the details and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would Ben Johnson be a game changer for the Raiders? Welcome back, Raider Nation. Let's set the stage. Ben Johnson, the mastermind behind the Detroit Lions' explosive offense, has caught the eye of teams across the NFL. Among his potential suitors, the Raiders stand out, but not without their complexities. It's a storyline filled with twists, possibilities, and plenty of debate. Subheading 1. The allure of Johnson. Why are the Raiders so keen on Johnson? Let's explore what makes him one of the hottest coaching candidates in the league. Subheading 2. The challenges in Vegas. Every opportunity has its hurdles. For Johnson, the Raiders present a unique mix of potential and pitfalls. What makes this job so enticing, yet so risky? Subheading 3. Assets and opportunities. The Raiders have plenty to offer. Cap space, draft capital, and a legendary franchise identity. But is it enough? Subheading 4. The clock is ticking. Decisions in the NFL don't wait. Will Johnson take the leap of faith and align his future with the Raiders? The allure of Johnson. Johnson's track record speaks volumes. Under his leadership, the Lions' offense surged, turning heads league-wide. But what's the secret sauce behind his success? It's his ability to adapt, innovate, and maximize talent, qualities the Raiders desperately need. Storytelling. Imagine the Raiders' offense powered by a visionary coach who sees potential where others see problems. That's what Johnson could bring to Vegas. Fan interaction. What's your favorite moment from the Lions' 2024 season? Can you picture that energy in silver and black? Johnson's offensive schemes are dynamic, using unique formations and creative play calling to exploit defenses. His ability to develop players, like turning Jared Goff into a Pro Bowl caliber QB, shows he could elevate the Raiders' offense to new heights. Imagine him working with the likes of Brock Bowers or potentially a top QB from the draft. Stat focus. Did you know the Lions' offense ranked top 5 in scoring last season? This innovation could be a game changer for the Raiders, who've struggled to find consistency. Fan question. If you could pick one aspect of Johnson's coaching style to transform the Raiders, what would it be? The challenges in Vegas. Taking on the Raiders isn't just about X's and O's. It's about navigating a franchise in flux. From the quarterback situation to rebuilding the roster, Johnson faces a steep climb. Quote highlight. The Raiders do not have their 2025 starting quarterback on the roster, Jason Katz observed. Fan interaction. Who do you think should be under center for the Raiders next season? A rookie? A veteran? Share your picks. A key challenge is the team's instability. With Derek Carr gone and no clear successor in place, the QB position looms large. Johnson must decide whether to draft a young talent or pursue a proven veteran like Tom Brady, a decision that could define his tenure. Storytelling. Imagine Johnson on the sidelines, strategizing how to turn a rookie quarterback into the next NFL sensation. Could Vegas finally have its franchise leader? Additionally, the Raiders' defense needs attention. Ranking near the bottom in multiple categories last season, the unit requires a complete overhaul. Johnson's success will depend on his ability to bring in the right defensive coordinator and draft smartly. Fan interaction. What's more critical for the Raiders? Fixing the offense or rebuilding the defense? Let us know your thoughts, assets, and opportunities. Despite the challenges, the Raiders have some undeniable perks. With a high draft pick, ample cap space, and a storied franchise legacy, the building blocks are there. Storytelling. Picture this. The Raiders' war room on draft night, Ben Johnson strategizing alongside a supportive GM. Could this be the start of a new era? Fan interaction. If you were Johnson, who would you draft first? A franchise quarterback? A defensive game changer? One key advantage is financial flexibility. The Raiders have significant cap space, allowing them to target top free agents. Pairing Johnson with a strong GM ensures a cohesive vision for the team's future. Imagine marquee signings that could instantly elevate the roster. Quote highlight. The Raiders are closer to competing than their record might suggest. This optimism is shared by many who see the team's untapped potential. Stat focus. With over $50 million in cap space, the Raiders have the resources to build a competitive squad. The question is, how will they use it? The clock is ticking. In the NFL, timing is everything. Johnson's decision could shape not just his career, but the Raiders' trajectory for years to come. Quote highlight. The Raiders are closer to competing than their record might suggest. Could Johnson be the missing piece? Fan interaction. Do you believe Johnson should bet on Vegas? Why or why not? Johnson's decision isn't just about football. It's about legacy. Does he want to take on the challenge of rebuilding a storied franchise? Or will he choose a more stable option? The stakes are high, and the window of opportunity is small. Storytelling. Imagine the announcement. Johnson is named head coach of the Raiders. The city buzzes with excitement, and fans eagerly anticipate a fresh start. Fan interaction. What's your message to Ben Johnson if he's watching this? Drop it in the comments below. As the Raiders and Johnson weigh their options, one thing is clear. This decision could redefine the future of both parties. But what do you think? Will Ben Johnson take the leap and lead the silver and black to glory? If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and share your thoughts. And hey, we're just a few clicks away from reaching 2,000 subscribers. Join the movement, and let's keep the Raiders Nation informed and engaged. Until next time, stay tuned for our next story. You won't want to miss it.